Okay, how do you feel today?
I feel sad and I feel hopeful at the same time. I feel sad because I remember all of the people, young and elder, women and monks, students who sacrificed their lives for the past 25 years for this country's democracy, and many of them died on the street, in prison, in the jungle, and I just wish that they could be here with us today. I'm sure their spirits are around us, but it would have been better if we had all of them with us today. But I'm hopeful at the same time, is because, well, before I get into the hopeful, I'm also sad it took 25 years, one whole generation, for our country, our people's struggle, to be able to see our country take the first step on the democracy, first step on the path to democracy. Meaning, we have still a long way to go. It's still just the very opening that now, the current reform process, the atmosphere, or the political landscape allow us to start to talk freely how we want to build this country on the foundation of the democracy. So for that, I am hopeful, even though I'm sad it took 25 years to get to that first step towards the path to democracy. I am hopeful, at least this, seeing the ray of hope, that there is a space for us now to really talk about the differences in this country, to really to talk about the need for genuine peace and national reconciliation, the need to really work for the substantial, meaningful, genuine democracy with the people participation. So for that, I am also prepared. I have to be prepared myself for at least another 25 years. I'm not so sure I will still be alive, but I am prepared until as long as I can take in this life, I will take to see the genuine, the true light of democracy shine in our country, at least for the future generations.
If you have one wish for Myanmar, something to change and happen in the next 12 months, what will it be?
Oh gosh, there are so many things that I want to see change. But in next 12 months, I want to see the current government in power open the space, genuine space, for all the people of Burma, all the people of Myanmar, Burma, civil society, ethnic communities, political opposition, all of us to have a meaningful role and participation in the current reform process that they are leading. Because so far the current reform process is a top-down, military government-led, but still we would like to see in next 12 months, we want to see the government actually open the space for the people to participate. I think if that happens, that would be a significant benchmark of this reform getting into a substantial, genuine process, I would say.
Do you have family or friends who were killed, injured, imprisoned, or exiled during the military rule?
I don't have the family members, but I have friends who actually died in prison, who actually died in the jungle, and who died on the streets, yes.
Can you give a brief introduction to yourself as to what do you do and what is your hope for Myanmar, not just in the next year, but at what stage then will you think that Myanmar is fully a democracy?
My name is Kin Omar. I'm an activist, student activist. I was a student activist back in 1988. I was a part of the organizing and of the 1988 People Uprising for Democracy. My hope, and when I think also the Myanmar, the country is in true democracy, I would say we have next year we have an ASEAN chairmanship. Myanmar is taking the chairmanship of ASEAN, and there will be a civil society conference where the other 9 countries' civil society friends are coming to our country, and we are organizing this big conference, and I hope if we see the civil society conference is allowed by the government for our space as an independent space where we are able to raise, discuss, and talk about the issues concerning to the people of not only Myanmar but people of all the countries. So that will be another one step benchmark. And another step benchmark will be in 2015. We are actually holding, Myanmar will have a second election. We hope that election will be a free and fair election, because the one that we had in 2010 was not a free and fair election. It was with many fraudulent and also actually controlled by the military. So we hope the next election in 2015 will be a genuinely free and fair election where the people of Myanmar will have another chance like they had in 1990 when NLD, National League for Democracy, won overwhelmingly. We hope in 2015 Myanmar people will have another chance to truly express of what they want and who they want to see govern them. And I think that will be the significant benchmark for Myanmar, whether the country is in genuine democratic transition or not.
Over the last 25 years or so, Singapore has arguably been the ASEAN country that has had the closest ties with Myanmar. Singapore sells arms to the Myanmar army. Singapore built your airports, your television stations, and of course when your General Tan Swie and his wife came to Singapore, we named 2 orchid flowers after them. How do you feel about the relationship between Myanmar and Singapore in the past and going forward?
In the past, yes, we are very aware of the Singaporean government support to the military regime, and including the arms and also economic sector, economic interest. For that, especially for arming the Myanmar army with the modern weapons, while the Myanmar army target is the people of the country itself, and for that we're not happy at all, because as a neighboring country we would like we would like to see the Singaporean government to be responsible, to take responsibility, to be a good responsible neighbor to the people of Myanmar, not to the country's army who kill the people. So saying that, we hope from now onward in the future, the Singapore government and the people of Singapore will actually lend the support to the side of democracy, as we can work together for the democratization not only in this country but also in ASEAN. I think as the ASEAN moves towards the community building, we all, as the people of ASEAN, people of Myanmar, we should all be working together for the democratization in not only in our respective countries but also in the region. I think for that, I hope to see the Singaporean government actually start to work with democratic forces, democratic oppositions in our country, meaning Aung San Suu Kyi, National League for Democracy, ethnic communities and ethnic political parties, that truly independent political parties, not the proxies of the current government. But we would like to see the Singaporean government lend the hand and support to those truly democratic oppositions, and support and nurture the democratic opposition to become a vibrant one. I think for that, if we actually work hand in hand for the genuine democratization in this region, I think the people of Myanmar will truly appreciate the Singaporean government for the present and for future, our cooperation. Even though we will not forget of the Singaporean government lending hand to the Myanmar army before, with the arms sales and everything, but I think if we can start to work together for democracy from now on, I think Myanmar people will still appreciate the Singaporean government for changing their policy and changing their stance to stand with the people of Myanmar for the democratization.